This video is brought to you by
Cool Grain Clothing. We done gone worldwide and we coming straight out of Baltimore. Come on down, shop with us at 215 West Saratoga Street. And if you can't come and shop with us in person, go online right now at coolgrainclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. Before I get into the story, I want to give a special shout out to Miss Antoinette Boyd for always supporting the channel and showing love. We definitely appreciate you. Let's get right into the video. We all know we all living in some crazy times, but when we wake up every day and leave our house, most of us try to just live the best way we know how. Whether you have faith and pray to a higher power to ensure your family's safety and well-being, or you try to avoid certain crowds and places where you feel things can go left at. But the thing is, it's impossible to avoid other people. No matter where you go at, it will be people around. And some individuals have a complex and seem like they are either looking for trouble or waiting for an opportunity to crash out. For non-confrontational people, you might get into a small exchange in traffic or at the grocery store, let it go, leave the situation alone because you have self-awareness and know that it is petty and not worth my time or my life. But nowadays, that way of thinking is rare. There's a lot of people out here with no conflict resolution skills and will turn a minor incident to something major. We all like to think, man, I go to work, go home, deal with my family, and stay out the way. You would think that's enough to live a safe and normal life with no involvement in the streets or enemies. We should be good, right? But unfortunately, that's not the case. Everybody seems to have a chip on their shoulder. You can't disagree with people, address situations, and with some, the sense of entitlement is so real, they could be dead wrong and still get mad if you call it out. And sadly, when we cross paths with these kind of individuals that have nothing to lose, it could lead to you losing the most precious and important thing we try to protect, and that's our life. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be discussing the tragic and recent case of a grandmother who lost her life after the family was ambushed leaving a kid's basketball game. 52-year-old Miss Antoinette Tunstall Jennings was in a good place in life. The mother, sister, grandmother, and wife was described as being all about family. A kind individual with a big heart, and to her cousins and friends, the life of the party. Miss Antoinette loved kids and was a teacher at Waverly Elementary School. But on her downtime, she often went out and spent time with her grandkids. On January 22nd of this year, this day was no different. The family was excited. Her 11-year-old granddaughter had an up-and-coming basketball game that evening. So her two grandkids, ages 11 and 4, her 29-year-old son, her husband, and Miss Antoinette all jumped in the car and headed to the location where the game would be held at, the Tunbridge Public Charter School on York Road. As they entered the gym, everything seemed normal at first. The girls started their game. As the game went on, allegedly, there was a minor altercation between the young girls on opposite teams, causing the parents and families to get involved. After words were exchanged and things seemed to be getting out of control, the crowd was broken up and everybody was directed to leave the gym and go home. So Miss Antoinette and her family left out. They got in a car and they got a few blocks away. They hit York Road and Woodburn Avenue. As they got ready to make a turn, a few individuals hopped out another car, approached the vehicle, and seconds later, multiple shots went off. Then the shooters fled. But Miss Antoinette was hit. Her son was also shot, and her 11-year-old granddaughter was grazed. Her family quickly went into panic mode and tried to render her aid, since it seemed she had got the worst of the shots. Witnesses called BPD. When they responded to the location, they unfortunately pronounced Miss Antoinette had passed away at the scene. Her son was rushed into surgery where he would survive his injuries, and also her granddaughter was stable. The situation left people in shock. Her grandmother lost her life doing something normal, like leaving a kid's basketball game with her family. Some couldn't believe the family was targeted and ambushed over a fight at a kid's game. But Miss Antoinette's husband, who didn't want to speak on camera, confirmed that's exactly what happened. The community was outraged. Somebody was bold enough to open fire on a busy street, shoot at a grandmother, children, and a family that at the time wasn't no threat at all. Some stated their frustration with living in the city. As one man stated, his grandmother was also shot in the incident, but no one was more upset than Miss Antoinette's family. Her cousin spoke out on how good of a person she was. She wasn't drama-filled, was a great teacher, supportive, loving wife, mother, and grandmother who didn't deserve that at all. He stated the family wanted justice and the right people to be held accountable. Surveillance footage was released to the public that showed the car the family was in waiting to turn before the gunman slowly walked up, glanced in the car before opening fire. It showed they saw and knew it was kids in the car before doing what they did. Police felt the family was followed after leaving the game. The area in which the incident happened is close by a safe streets location, and they took to the streets to protest and state that the community needed to learn conflict resolution. They pointed out the fact a grandmother lost her life in front of her son, husband, and grandkids, stating their infamous motto, "Stop shooting and start living." As of now, police have no leads or suspects, and no one has been arrested for the triple shooting. Rest in peace to Miss Antoinette. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to her family, especially everyone that was in that car with her, who was injured, had to witness, and lived through that moment. Everybody has been asking me to touch this story, but at first, it was hard for me to believe someone would target a whole family over a fight at a kid's basketball game. I definitely assumed there was more to the situation, or it was mistaken identity, or something else. That just goes to show you what type of time some people are on out here. The altercation was over, and everybody was gone. Instead of going their separate ways and about their business, they sat, waited, followed the family, and shot up the car with kids in it. In my opinion, that was a sucker move. It was that serious that y'all would take a 52-year-old woman from her family. We gotta do better and not be so quick to resort to guns. Whatever happened to grown-ups stepping in and stopping the kids from fighting, talking it out? But now the grown-ups are stepping in for the kids, acting wild, and teaching the next generation, if you have a disagreement and somebody don't see it your way, just shoot it out. But I'm gonna leave this one open for discussion. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the situation in the comments. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace to Miss Antoinette. I definitely send my prayers and condolences to her family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all leave it in the comments. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.